Hello and welcome to the Money Queen podcast. I am Alex Nicolaitis, the Money Queen. I am here to unite the masculine and feminine energetics of money and invite you in joining me to break the stigma of we don't talk about money here. I will deliver the loving bitch slaps that you need in your business to elevate you as a leader and support you to that next level and welcoming in the wealthiest version of yourself. With over 13 years in the accounting and bookkeeping industry, I utilize the support of the masculine in systems, structure, support, and ATO compliance, combined with the feminine of the energetics of mentoring, guiding, getting really curious, and allowing ourselves to be open to receiving. And holding space for queens like yourself who are committed to forming a healthy relationship with money. So hit that subscribe button, leave me a rating, and I cannot wait to have you by my side as we raise the feminine collective and create true generational wealth and change. Welcome to episode 2 of the Money Queen podcast. The topic today is the importance of masculine and feminine in wealth creation. Now, this is a hot fucking topic because 9 times out of 10, when I introduce this concept to clients or to new people into my world, they're like, oh, fuck. Like, I've never thought about it like that before. Now, a little bit of a warning. If you are listening to this and there are young ones in the car, perhaps you may need to press pause and come back to it a little bit later because I am going to be referencing some sexual experiences or connotations. And if their ears are a little bit sensitive, let's just hit pause. Unless, you're here for it. So let's jump on in. Let's start with the masculine. That is where I have lived majority of my life. If you have listened to my first episode, I lived 31 freaking years in my masculine. I'm only just starting to embrace the feminine essence of my being over the last 2 years. So I know it well. I know it so fucking well. And both, before I move in, both of the masculine and feminine play their role in creating a really powerful and magnetizing person, business, and, concept or collaborative. So the masculine, what that actually is in the money context is it is the systems, it is the structure, it is the processes, and it is actually the tangible money. Like black and white, it's the fucking money. So if you think about it let's do this. So because it's money, right? Think about the masculine. Masculine, a man, has a dick. And the dick, in a sexual context, penetrates the feminine pussy. The feminine pussy is the feminine, right? So it penetrates the feminine. The feminine then is, in order for that to happen, in order for that transaction to even be a thing, she needs to spread her legs. She needs to open her legs. She needs to be able to receive that penetration, i.e. money. She needs to have her legs open to be able to receive the money. In order for the masculine, the money, to penetrate her world, to penetrate her business, to penetrate her life. So I'm going to ask you straight up here. Are your legs shut or are your legs open? You get to decide. You actually get to fucking decide. Because people, when they are in force and when they are in, I just have to fucking do the thing. I need to do the thing. And I'm so in my feminine. I'm trying to be on my feminine. Queen, you're fucking not, right? You're in your masculine right now and you're trying to be in your feminine. If business feels like a struggle, if it feels hard, if it feels challenging, if it feels like you can't catch a fucking break, listen to this episode. Understand what's happening in your world and where you're actually cock blocking yourself and shutting your legs and not being able to receive support, receive that money. Be vulnerable enough to get rejected when you literally ask a potential client for a sale. With the feminine, right? As I've said, they need to be open to receiving that penetration. And the feminine, a really critical place of embodying the feminine space in this wealth generation, wealth creation, is actually creating a safe place for that money to land. Because think about it, in a sexual context, if a man is penetrating a woman and she is chaotic, she's just like all over the fucking shop, she doesn't know what she wants, and it's just like a fucking messy situation, right? Is the masculine going to be like, oh, I'm really enjoying this is pleasurable for me, this is a fun experience? No. He's probably just going to fucking dump his load and leave. Same with money. If you're in your feminine, in your flow, and you actually have around you a chaotic environment, you're going from one thing to the next, jumping, as opposed to creating a warm and inviting environment, and like if an idea pops up into your world, sitting with that. What is this? What is in this idea for me? Can I play with it? Can I get curious? Can I allow myself to receive feedback? Can I allow myself to receive support around the, coaches that I have around me, or the women that I have around me, to be like, is this actually a good idea? Do people want this? If I deliver this, will you say yes? Right? Is your environment chaotic, or is it warm and inviting? What's actually happening? One of the things, this is not a side tangent, but we're here for it, we're unscripted, right? Is that, I can't even remember what I was about to say. No, it'll come back to me if it's important. So, if you want sex in your world, if you want to be penetrated, but you're sitting there in your masculine and like, I fucking want this, I'm so horny right now, and I just want someone to fuck me, I just want to be penetrated, that is desperate energy. That is actually you in an unhealthy feminine, because you're like, I'm sitting here in such desperation. I'm sitting here like, why can't I have this thing? I want this thing. I want this thing. I'll just have the first thing that comes into my world. The first thing that comes into your world may not actually be the best option. If you allowed yourself to sit back in your chair, sit back, receive the support, open your legs in an intentional way, and get curious. Allow that masculine in your world of planning out, well, okay, with this idea that's just landed, what does that get to look like? What structures can I put in place to create this? What systems need to be in place in order for it to succeed? What processes get to be in place for it to succeed? By having those systems, structure, and processes, having the masculine to support and create a safe space for then the feminine to be in her fullest expression, to be in that safe environment, to allow her to be like, here the fuck I am, world. And I feel safe enough to be my fullest expression, to be the most authentic version of myself, to be the loudest, the proudest, the whatever it actually is that will allow you to be in your magnetizing state. Then that's where the fucking gold is, because you're utilizing the masculine and the feminine, and they are coming together to mesh together fucking beautifully, as opposed to being just in the masculine of like, I need all these systems, I need all this structure, I need all these processes, it has to go like this, or being all in the feminine and being like, oh, I'm so flowy, and I'm just like, I'm here for the greater good of mankind, and I don't want to charge anyone any money for my services because it's just so, free and flowing and easy for me to do. So I just feel bad. Like, I don't want to be seen as, greedy or rich or I don't want to have any negative connotations towards me if I add a price to these courses that I've created that have come so freely and easily to me. Why the fuck not? If you allow the opinions of others to control your life, is it actually your life that's being lived, or is it theirs? Whose life are you living right now? Are you ready for some sassy wake-up calls around your money world and a fire to be lit under your ass? Introducing the Money Queen Coaching Package, a 6-week journey which has already been a key pivotal experience for queens just like yourself to shift their relationship with money. Get a personalized sacred money archetype reading, which is kind of like human design, but for your money world, filled with aha moments and 2 tailored 90-minute sessions to reset your money mindset and unleash your magnetic power. Click the link in the show notes and claim your throne, queen. Another really strong theme in the masculine and the feminine dynamic and how that plays out in business and how that plays out in your wealth creation phase or concept way of being is the fucking good girl. Jesus fucking Christ. She has been leading the show. I guarantee you, if you were sitting there listening to this and you were like, my business is struggling, I don't know what's happening, why it's not working, I guarantee your good girl is fucking running the show. Because what's happening is you're like, I've got these great things, I've got these great programs, but no one's coming to me. Yeah, they're not coming to you because you're not fucking putting yourself out there, because you're still accepting the stories the society have fucking pushed on you that in order to be the good girl, in order to be liked, in order to be fit in any situation, you need to be the good girl. And what does the good girl look like? She looks like the girl that is in the back of the fucking corner being quiet. She only speaks when she is spoken to. She crosses her legs because it's rude and ugly and whatever other label you have to open her legs and to be seen and to be heard and to be felt. So the good girl in the back of the corner does not add high value ticket to her programs. She does not spread her message to anyone who will fucking listen. She only speaks her message to people who she knows will say yes to her, where there's safety there, because it's too scary to be rejected, right? I can't increase my prices right now because what will they think of me? They'll think I'm greedy. They'll think that I'm taking advantage of them. No, you're just not actually enabling their fucking behavior anymore. That's what's happening. You are calling them to a higher account. That's what's happening. You are valuing your own worth, your own knowledge, your own expertise more than yesterday. That's what's happening. I told you I was going to give you loving bitch slaps in this podcast, right? I'm pretty sure I did. So, where is your good girl running the show right now, and how can you tell her to fuck off? How can you lean into the powerful fucking queen that is already inside of you right now? You were just choosing someone else. You were choosing to operate in a paradigm of, I can't say that. I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. Ruffle the fucking feathers, queen. Ruffle the fucking feathers, or accept that your current reality is going to be your life for the next, I don't know, however much longer you have to live until you fucking die. Don't complain about it if you're not willing to do something about it. Do not complain about your life and your lack of results unless if you're not willing to do something about it. It's like being an asshole, right? Asking people for all this support and advice, but never actually taking what they've said to you and doing something with it. If you're an asshole listening to this, fucking check yourself before you wreck yourself, queen. Check your damn self. Also, yeah, I told you there was going to be fire. Yeah, I did. But we're so here for it, right? We are so fucking here for it. This is me in my fullest, truest expression, because this is how I get to show up. This is how I'm choosing to show up. I am being the permission slip for you. I have the masculine in my energy right now of like, I know what I'm fucking talking about. I have the systems, the structure, and the processes in place right now in creating this podcast, in being connected with what my fucking truth is, in knowing my worth, so that I, when I'm sitting here, can be in my feminine and actually be my fullest fucking expression and be powerful in that delivery, because I've got that safety of the masculine there. My legs are literally crossed right now, so I'm opening them up if you're watching on YouTube. If you didn't know I'm on YouTube, now you do, so you can see what I'm wearing, a nice little purple dress. But how can you open up your legs? To receive more abundance, to receive more wealth, to receive fucking pleasure, right? I know that we've all probably had a example of when we were having sex with someone and, you know, you want, actually, yes. So go back to a memory where you were having sex with someone, making love, however you language it, and you were just like, fuck, I just want to come right now. I just want to come. I want this to be over. Like, I just want the thing. That's force. That's unenjoyable. And often it takes a lot fucking longer to get there. And when you do, you're like, oh, thank God that's over, right? That is force. Now, the opposite of that is when you're in flow. When you are connected with your partner, if you are like, oh my God, I just want to be devoured by this person on top of me or underneath me right now, wherever, or on the side, fuck. Do your thing, girlfriend, do your thing. And it's like, yes to pleasure, yes to deep breaths in receiving this, yes to this journey right now of receiving this pleasure, as opposed to, I'm here in this moment, I've said yes to this because I need to come. No, you fucking don't. Right? Perhaps more pleasure is gained when you're actually in the lead up to it. I know that's true for me. I get my highest peaks are in the anticipation. It's in the lead up to the actual final hurrah, the big fucking bang, right? That's just one tiny piece of it. I enjoy the lead up and the actual like teasing and all the fucking things. Language escapes me right now, but it's the journey. And that's so true in this wealth creation piece, and allowing the masculine and feminine to be in flow with each other, in combination with each other, because I'm allowing myself to open my legs. I'm allowing the connection with the person in front of me, on top of me, wherever. And I'm here for the pleasure. I'm here for the experience. I'm not just here for the outcome and for hurry up, I just want to come right now. That's not what I'm here for. That's not enjoyable. So what are you here for in business? What are you here for in your wealth creation? Are you here for the ups and the downs of the market going up and down if you invest in shares? Are you here for the up and the down of, in your business when you are leveling up and you need to actually, take a few steps back to be able to go 3 steps forward? Are you okay in the journey? Are you welcoming in the journey? Or are you just looking at that end goal and like, I want to create this business that reaches this many people or has this financial target or has this many offices or this many staff members in it, right? And when I get to that goal, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be satisfied, right? And until then, it's force. It's like, I need to fucking get this in order to why? In order to be successful, in order to feel worthy enough, in order to, make my dad proud, make my mom proud, make my family proud, whatever the fuck it is. How can you allow yourself to enjoy the journey more and receive the pleasure more? Because that is where sustainable businesses are born and grow and thrive. Where you connect with the pleasure and you allow that to be our guiding force, your guiding flow rather. It's actually a lot more fucking enjoyable. And you want more of it. Back to the sex context. If you're constantly having sex with someone and you're like, oh, I just want this to fucking hurry up and be finished with, you're not going to go back for more, are you? Nope. So if with the masculine coming into or seeing multiple feminine, areas of people, places that it can penetrate to, if there's an unsafe environment, if there's a chaotic person, if there is someone who's like trying to force something to happen, where is it going to go to? It's going to go to that warm and caring environment where it's not going to feel trapped because you're like, fuck, I just need this amount of money in order to feel proud of myself and to prove my worth to X, Y, and Z. I fucking need all this in my world. And once it's in there, I'm just going to hold on to it so fucking tightly. It's going to go somewhere else. It is going to go somewhere else where it can land, it can stay for a little while, and it can leave. It's not yours. Money is not yours. Money is not mine. Money is not your clients. Money is not your parents. It is not your brothers. It is not your sisters. It is not owned by anyone. So, what invitation are you offering money? So to wrap this episode up, it's the masculine, the systems, the structure, the processes, and it's the physical, tangible money. And the feminine is allowing yourself to open up your legs, to allow that penetration to happen in your business, create that safe place for that money to land, for that masculine to come into your world, right? Where are you cock blocking yourself and closing your legs and not allowing yourself to receive? Where are you focusing on the end goal, target, as opposed to seeking pleasure in the journey? Are you allowing flow to happen in your world or force? What's actually happening? Have a radically honest conversation with yourself today as part of listening to this podcast, and let me know in the DMs. Slide on into my DMs on Instagram, please, and tell me what fucking landed for you. Where have you been operating? And more importantly, where can you start operating in? What can you shift in your world in order to utilize the masculine and the feminine in a more healthy way? Thank you, Queen, for saying yes to your yes in listening to this episode and being a part of raising the feminine collective one conversation at a time. Remember to share this episode with your business besties and join me in breaking the tabooness around having money conversations. As always, if you have enjoyed this episode, please rate, subscribe, and share this on your social media, remembering to tag me in it to help this conversation go further, which creates a bigger ripple effect.